Read Me a Story presents the Great Poop Contest. Written by Rafael Ordonez and Laure. Remember, we have no idea if you have listened to a story, or if you liked a story unless you go ahead and hit that like button. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And now, the Great Poop Contest.
What a sight!
Said the horse. The goat looked up.
Simply beautiful!
The horse exclaimed. The duck and the cow blinked blankly. Nobody knew what was going on.
Are you talking about your poop?
The goat asked.
Looks pretty normal to me. Nothing special to see.
If anything, your poop's a little on the ugly side. Now here's a proper poop,
said the cow as she produced a big, fat plop.
Look how nice and round it is.
Meh, looks pretty lifeless if you ask me,
replied the horse.
Just an ordinary cow patty.
Mine are great,
said the goat.
Itty-bitty, but very pretty.
And just like that, the horse, the cow, the goat, and the duck fell into a heated debate over the quality, quantity, texture, odor, consistency, and all-around general poopiness of each of their poops.
Hey!
Cried the pig.
Are you guys arguing about poop again? Why didn't anybody tell me? I'm an expert.
The pig gave his hindquarters a little wiggle, and out came a perfect ice cream cone swirl of a poop.
That's nothing,
scoffed the goat.
I've seen poops way better, even in bad weather.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
Exclaimed the pig.
Easy,
said the goat.
We'll have a contest to find whose poop is best.
You're a bit nutty. You know that,
muttered the cow.
As a fruit cake, that's for sure. I'm afraid there is no cure.
I think it's a great idea.
Put in the pig.
A contest to choose the best poop. I'll be the judge. After all, I am an authority in the matter.
The pig thought silently for a few moments and then looked up at the pigeon, who'd been watching them from a tree.
Could you let everybody who might want to participate know we'll hold the contest on the first Monday next month, right here in the field?
The pigeon flapped off and disappeared over the horizon. Then came the big day. The pig marched out onto the field at dawn. The goat followed, his expression just as dopey as ever.
All right,
said the pig.
Let's roll up our hooves and get down to business. We've got a lot of contestants to get through.
He looked down at his notebook and began counting all the names, a look of intense concentration on his face. Then the goat said,
Let's greet our contestants. Then we'll check out their poops and make our assessments.
The crowd was growing larger by the minute. By midday, the field was packed. The pig raised a hoof to call for silence.
Let the contest begin. We're going to find out once and for all who has the best poop. Our first contestant is our good friend the horse.
The horse stepped forward with an impressive neigh. He focused and released a large pile of manure. No reaction from the crowd. The zebra was the only one to even applaud.
A fine show from our friend the horse, but there's much more to come, of course. Next up, all the way from Asia,
proclaimed the pig.
The panda bear.
The panda stepped into the center of the field and squeezed out several roundish green lumps. This time, the crowd went wild.
poop. That's green.
chimed the goat.
Now, that's a scream.
Moving on, direct from the South Pole. The penguin.
A little penguin waddled out to the center of the field. She squatted slightly and let out several quick bursts of muck.
It's like shooting poop from an air gun. Now that's what I call fun.
Said the goat.
Moving on, joining us from Australia, the wombat.
A strange-looking animal stepped forward, swaying his butt side to side. He stopped and pushed out a handful of poop cubes.
Wow, this guy's poop comes in cubes, just like ice. We could use it to play some dice.
Laughed the goat.
I believe it is my turn next.
Spoke a metallic voice. Everyone's heads swiveled in surprise. A robot? The robot stepped into the field and prepared itself. From its insides came a battery instead of a poop.
Now that's some cutting-edge technology. You won't see that in the world of biology.
Said the goat.
If you like that, this next one's really gonna knock your socks off.
The pig announced, and he pointed up at the sky. All of the animals looked skyward and saw it, a UFO. The ship descended to Earth and outstepped an alien, surrounded by a faint purple glow. A hush fell over the crowd as the alien concentrated and then released strange, floating iridescent bubbles.
That was the best thing I've seen in weeks, but I have to confess it also reeks.
Surely this was the climax of the contest. Impossible to top. But a few more animals still wanted to show their stuff. An ostrich, a crab, a turtle,
He took forever.
and a boar,
There's just one contestant left.
the pig announced. It was then that a little dog came into the center of the field. He was carrying a pot of flowers, which were giving off the most delightful scent. All of the animals were grateful,
That's very nice.
said the pig.
But where's your poop?
Right here.
The dog replied, pointing at the flower pot.
I put it in this pot with a tiny jasmine seed, and look what it turned into. Pretty great, huh?
A heavy silence fell over the crowd. Nobody knew what to say. Then finally, slowly, the mouse started clapping. The rest of the animals joined in until the field was filled with thunderous applause. There was simply no doubt who the winner was.
But mine is really great, too.
The horse pouted.
Here you go then.
The pig replied, handing him a big empty bag.
A consolation prize. The poop is all yours. Better start picking it up.
All of the animals burst out laughing, and then the goat proclaimed,
The poop of this hound is the coolest around. Say it softly or loud, in prose or in verse. It's by far the best poop in the universe.
The end. Read Me a Story hopes you enjoyed this story. If you did, please tap the like button so we can bring you more stories in the future. Thanks for listening.